Welcome back to the Triathlon Nutrition Academy podcast. Today I've got an absolute powerhouse on the show for you, Samantha Zeps, and she recently graduated from the TNA program. She's all the way from Melbourne and she's been just smashing goals left, right and centre really. She took out first place at Busselton Ironman back in December, followed it up with another gold medal and a massive 14-minute PB at Geelong 70.3, and is now in deep preparation for the biggest race of her life, the Ironman World Championships in Kona later this year. In today's episode, Sam's going to share what it really takes to level up, how she's changed her fueling strategy and what she's learned about nutrition, and some of the key things that she believes have helped her go from strong athlete already to serious contender and sitting right there at the top of the podium. So if you're chasing PBs, maybe you're dreaming about Kona, or you just want to hear what's possible when you get your nutrition sorted, then this episode is for you. Let's get into it. Welcome to the podcast, Sam. Can you give us a quick little intro, who you are, what you do maybe, and how you got into triathlon?
Okay, I'm a 50-year-old age grouper. I have an admin
like long walks
group.
on the beach.
Yeah. I do work full-time. I work for a traffic engineering consultancy company. I'm lucky that it's a very flexible job, which allows me to sometimes go out for midday runs and stuff like that to
Amazing.
get my training in. I got into triathlon shortly after having kids. Someone at work did a women's course. This was over in Perth because we lived in Perth before. And she just seemed to have so much fun. And I thought, I'm going to try something different. I'm sick of aerobics classes and, just that doing step all the time. So I thought I'll try this course that she did. And I just loved it. I just loved the people, the environment, and just something else to think about other than, I'm trying to burn calories. So I was trying to develop skills. I could swim, but not very well. So there was the focus on getting better at my swim technique and improving running and, just doing something different.
There's always something to get better at with triathlon, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's perfectly designed for the high achiever. So what's your training setup like? Do you coach yourself? Do you have a coach that does your program for you? How do you like to train?
Yeah, I do have a coach. I've had a coach, John Brazil, ever since I moved to Melbourne, really, or for the last 5 years, on and off, and then the last 2 years become a little bit more serious. And I think having the same coach for this period of time, he knows me, I know him, and so we work really well together. I really enjoy having a coach. It gives me someone to be accountable to, not just myself.
Yep.
And it just structures things so I don't have to think about it too much, like, what should I be doing? He knows what I should be doing. So I just follow the plan and I've reaped the rewards from doing that. So.
It's nice to have somebody do that so that you just have to front up each day and go, all right, tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And was Kona always on the radar for you? Was it always part of the big plan? Or when did it become a goal? Or was it never a goal and it was just accidental?
I never thought it would be possible. I absolutely different. I thought there's no way I would ever get on the podium for an Ironman event. I was rapt when I actually got on for like a 2XU event a few years back, but I just never thought I would for an Ironman. I had a very good supportive friend who said, no, I know you've got it in you. I know you've got it in you. And so in the back of my head, it was there, and she got to Kona and I thought, maybe. And then the lead up to Busso, and I thought, I've just got to put the dream in front of me, right? It might be crazy, might not happen. And so I put my screensaver was set to the background of Kona so I could see it every day. And I thought I'll just give it a crack. But it didn't. I thought I'd probably have to get into the age group of like 60 to 65 or 70 to 75 before I'd ever make it. So absolutely stoked that I got there for this year.
And have you done that faster than you thought you would?
Most definitely. And I guess I didn't realise the impact that nutrition was going to play. I kept hearing, I kept seeing your ads going, the fourth leg, the missing link, and all that. Maybe because I've been so consistent with my training, and I thought, what could take me to the next level? Is this possible? And I was umming and ahhing, and I missed the first round. And then I got a video from you saying, "Hey, Sam." And I'm there. Okay, all right. She's vested in her clients, and I'm going to take the plunge. Was a big financial commitment, but I thought I'm going to give it everything I've got. I just can't believe the change and how much better I feel in general. Actually, now I've changed my whole way of eating. Not my whole way of eating, but maybe it is whole way of eating. I just don't get the slumps in the afternoon. I used to get really tired at 3:30, even in the peak of my even when I wasn't doing the peak of my training. I was just get so tired, and now I just feel more level and sustained throughout the whole day. And the focus is just on making sure I get the right protein in and enough calcium in, rather than keeping the calories to this amount, which can really mess with your head, I think.
Yes, and it's the way a lot of us do eat, because we've come from a different background to triathlon too. It doesn't necessarily serve us in our sport.
No.
So what were some of those, like, maybe mindset shifts or some of the changes that you made with your nutrition over the last year or two?
One was eating before I trained in the morning. I tried to always do everything fasted, because I thought, burn those calories.
Yeah.
And then just, eating beforehand and changing. Like, obviously before swimming, I can't eat a big bowl of porridge, but I can have those 3 dates, and that was enough to get me through. And so that was the big change, eating before and eating properly before training. And then in the evening, I used to get really slack. And go, I'll just skip that because I'll be burning more. And now I'm just refueling, and then I'm better the next day to get going again.
So it's even just like flipping your mindset altogether. Like, fueling is going to help you get the results that you want, rather than starving yourself and constantly trying to hold back all the time. It's not necessarily the right way.
No, exactly.
And is there anything that surprised you as you were going through the program? Maybe something that you thought you were doing really well, but you actually weren't?
Oh, carb loading. I thought I knew how to carb load. I did not know how to carb load. And the good thing, I liked your advice to practice, not just leave it to race day, not just say this is a carb load and you do it the day before, really practicing and knowing what foods work for you and what don't, because some things make you feel not so great, like more bloated. And so that practicing and getting used to the feeling in the lead up just meant the day before the race, it was a no-brainer. You knew what to do. You knew how you were going to feel. That really surprised me, and how much you do need to fuel yourself in the days leading up, especially to an Ironman.
I've not met anyone that has known how to carbohydrate load properly, actually, in my entire career. I'm like spanning 2 decades, not one athlete.
I believe that. I'll just have some pasta the night before, and it's like so much more than that.
Yep, it's so much more than that, way more strategic. So you recently did a 14-minute PB at Geelong 70.3 and came first in your age group in that race. You've done that same course, 3 times now?
3 or 4 times, actually, yeah.
And I had a look at your results. I went digging. I went and stalked you from last year, and you did a 14-minute PB, and last year you came 6th. It's the exact same course. It's the exact same course. You're the exact same athlete with the same stuff. What do you think made the difference this time around compared to last year?
Oh, absolutely, the fueling. Some might say my new bike, but I think it was definitely the fueling, because I just knew how much to put in, and I used to eat okay on the bike, but not as well as I do now. And then on the run go, it doesn't matter for the last hour. But this time I was like, just keep putting it in every 7 Ks, every half an hour, just keep putting it in. And then in the end, because I thought the lady who's coming second was just behind me, I had the power to like really put it down in the last 2 Ks, like, don't let her catch you, don't let her catch you. Turns out it wasn't her anyway. For no reason. Because no one has the letters on their legs anymore, so you never know. You just have to look at someone and go, oh, yeah, they're the same age as me. But I had that extra juice to know, okay, last 3Ks, just hammer at home. I wasn't totally wiped out, whereas before I'd be slowing down towards the end.
Yeah, amazing. How far back was second from you then in the end?
Oh, I actually can't remember.
It's okay. But nothing like a bit of fear to give you that last little push through the finish line. Having that in the tank to go is so valuable.
Yeah. And just not feeling completely sick and wiped out later in the day. I think that I found that even with training, I used to, after my long rides, just feel terrible for the rest of the day. And then you've got to try and do everything with your kids and with your family, and you're just going, oh, why am I doing this to myself? Now I find that, I come home, have my recovery breakfast, maybe have a chill for an hour, and then I'm ready to go and get on with my day. It doesn't affect my family life. Like the kids don't go, oh, Mum can't do anything because she's wiped out on the couch.
Can still parent after long rides. Tick.
Yeah.
It should be a key marketing message, like key KPI once you've got your nutrition right, that you can parent after training. Because you're not the first person that said that to me. We've got quite a lot of parents in the program that are like, oh my gosh, like I used to waste my entire day and now I can actually go and do all of the parenting things that I couldn't do before.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference, particularly to a happy marriage.
Yep.
So now you've got your ticket to Kona, which is amazing. How are you feeling heading into that?
Oh, I'm pretty excited, a little bit nervous too, because it's going to be just so amazing. And just being there with just so many incredible athletes. Obviously, I want to do well, but I know the competition this time around is going to be incredibly hard. And training, I guess my biggest nervousness is training through winter in Melbourne and only having a week to try and adjust to the temperature. I will try and do some heat work at home. Got stuff set up in my living room so I can pump the heating up and do that. But yeah, I'm excited about being able to do something I never dreamt that was possible. The training block has started. So.
What is your focus in your training and nutrition as you prepare for World Champs?
I want to work on increasing the amount of carbs I take per hour. So that is my biggest focus. I think I've got the recovery and the day-to-day eating pretty well down pat now. It's just trying to push those boundaries of, getting more carbs in, which I think is going to be a challenge because I've started back at 60 and that didn't feel too great the first day I went back into it. So it is going to have to be a gradual increase.
What advice would you give to any other age grouper that is chasing big goals like you?
Oh, definitely get onto your nutrition. Join TNA. Absolutely. You just have no idea how much that can change things for you, not just on race day, but in general for your training and day-to-day living. It really can change. If you haven't got it right, it's amazing the difference you feel when you do get it right.
What are some of those things that are different for you now? Have you got a list of things that you can go, yep, I was like struggling with this before and now I can do this, or I feel so different?
I think it's the feel, which is what you want. You want to feel good each day. And like I said, having those 3:30 when I felt really sleepy, and then I would just go for the really high sugar products thinking that's going to make me feel better. And it just never did. It just took me on a roller coaster. I just feel more level throughout the day. So I've just got the energy to do more things at home, and my training is more enjoyable because I'm not going, oh, I'm so whacked from this morning. How am I going to do this now and do it half-assed?
I've seen some of your Strava files because we have a TNA Strava group, and you're a bit of a weapon out there. You're very much a silent achiever. Like, I'm not sure if you've picked it up, but Sam is very modest with her achievements, but you rival some of Troy's training, and he's a bit of a weapon too.
Definitely. It was so great to meet him in Geelong. That was so cool.
Can you maybe share with me what a typical training day looked like before versus what it looks like after TNA from a fueling perspective?
Well, before I would do a lot of my morning sessions fasted, which I don't do any fasted now. I just feel so much better eating before. I know you can do it fasted, but I've just realized that it's not for me. And I've accepted that, which is a nice feeling. Like that, I don't feel like I'm not doing the right thing by doing fasted training. It's okay. And that's what feels good for me, and I've benefited from that so much. I've also make sure I have enough carbs now at lunchtime to back up for the evening session, whereas before I would just have the salad with and try and minimize carbs. Now carbs are in there as a main half of the plate is carbs, especially on my heavy days. And I've just been really on top of the protein too. I wasn't getting enough protein throughout the day, and similarly with calcium. I think my calcium was lacking, which I've realised is very important, especially now in perimenopause.
Are there any specific nutrition strategies that you're testing or fine-tuning specifically for Kona that you wish you had have done years ago and way earlier than you are doing it now?
Oh, it definitely wasn't periodising my nutrition throughout the week. Like I was pretty much the same, doing the same thing every day. I wasn't periodising my meals before TNA. I didn't really understand that. I just ate. I didn't even think about what I ate, actually, I think. I just thought I could eat anything and realised that you can't out-train a bad diet even when you're training for Ironman.
Just putting the right fuel in on a daily basis is a big shift that you've made, I think.
Tried to vary the foods in my diet too, as in the good food, the fruit and the veg, and the more variety, the better. And so I'm always seeking, what vegetables haven't I had this week? What should I be having that's different? I'm just trying to be more diverse, and barely got sick in the last year either. When I think about it, I used to have this greens powder thinking that was saving me from being sick, and I just had to eat properly.
Yes. A lot of people are in the exact same boat as you there. They take, multivitamin or those expensive green powder subscriptions thinking that they're doing good safety blanket of all their nutrients, when really we need to get it from food if you want to get the benefit. Your partner also does triathlon too, and not short course type racing, like long course as well. Plus you work full time, plus your parent. How on earth do you fit it all in, Sam? Do you have any tips you can share?
Just super organised. I have a very supportive partner, which of course that always helps. But I just have to be organised, and I block out periods of time, and I do have the benefit of a flexible work environment. Like I said, sometimes I can get my run in at lunchtime rather than waiting for the end of the day. Just having the energy better at the energy levels I have, I wouldn't have gone to, because I was part-time initially, and now I'm there. I feel so much better. I can work more. So, and I do a lot of sitting down as well. But my energy levels are just increased 10-fold, 100-fold.
Yeah. And have you noticed that benefit outside of sport? You just said
absolutely,
that you can work more productively.
I'm not on that sugar roller coaster that I used to be on. And initially, I guess it was a little bit hard, but now my body just wants good food. It doesn't crave all the biscuits and the chocolate and that I used to take because I needed energy, and I don't need to do that now.
Yeah, amazing. I didn't know that you only worked part-time before. What a good benefit to getting your nutrition sorted is that you can then work more if you want to work more.
If you want to work more. I mean, I do sometimes think, it'd be nice not to, because then I could have, more time for training, and not the training doesn't have to go into night. But no, it's good to be well-rounded.
Sometimes when you're busy, you're way more efficient and more productive because you have to fit in a lot in a short space of time. Whereas if you have the luxury of all this time, I find that we tend to put stuff off, you put training off, and then you don't do it or it's hard to get your head around it. Like I just find that highly functional people are better with less time because there's no time for procrastination, no time to second guess yourself. So it's probably a good thing that you've got not a lot of spare time because you do manage to fit a lot into the short space of time in the day. Is there anything that you're doing like mindset wise to prepare mentally for Kona?
There's a video that Ironman puts out and it's got the Hall of Fame song in the background. I watched that a couple of times and that usually is like that spurs me on. I love that advertising clip. Other than that, mindset, just looking at it positively, looking at that I'm just going to love this experience. I'm blessed that I've got my entire family basically coming. My kids are coming, my mum's coming, and
wow!
And an auntie said they're going to come too. So we've got like 3 apartments, and it's really good because obviously kids are going to want to do stuff in Hawaii when we first get there, and I'm going to be so focused on the course and eating properly. My family are going to be able to take the kids out to do stuff, so we'll be able to just focus on that, and I'll just have the most amazing support crew. I feel so spoiled that I'm going to have such a big group there with me, but it's so special. Like I've got them there to share this dream that I never thought I'd be able to achieve. So just get to the start line.
I'm so excited to watch that. Are you guys going to have a big family holiday afterwards, after the stress of the race is over, so you can actually relax and enjoy the scenery?
We've only actually got a few days afterwards, like 2 or 3 days. We opted for having more days before so I could try and acclimatise to the weather a bit more. And when we initially arrive, we're going to stay in Honolulu at the back of the island where it's quieter, just so to de-stress a bit, and I opted for that. We had a limited amount of time we could be away, so I don't know what I'm going to do afterwards though.
Just revel in the glory of being an Ironman World Championship finisher. Yeah. Walk around your t-shirt and your medal, never take it off. Get an M. tattoo on your butt.
No, maybe not. I do have one on my ankle from my first Ironman, which, it doesn't look so good. But anyway, now at least I feel like I've earned it now.
The Kona one, I've seen some beautiful designs in the last few years, so you could get it elaborated on if you wanted to, some additions.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, Sam, we're going to finish with a rapid fire question round. Are you ready?
Okay.
Deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favourite pre-race breakfast of choice?
Porridge with honey.
Nice.
Yep.
What has been your favourite race location so far?
Probably Bintan, actually. I really enjoyed Bintan.
Okay. So maybe Kona would be top of the list, but for now.
For now, yeah.
What's your go-to recovery meal?
Usually one of the Rockaby smoothies followed by a chicken and salad roll.
Nice. Making me hungry talking about that. What's one nutrition myth that you think triathletes need to let go of?
That they know they know how to carb load.
It's a good one. And final question, what's one word to describe how you want to feel when you cross that finish line at Kona?
Elated.
What a good word.
I will. Yeah.
I think you will. When we go down that chute and you're on the red carpet and you're like, hear the guy on the microphone like, Samantha Zeps, you are an Ironman. You're going to be like, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best. That short little run is the best bit of the
You
line.
run so fast and your form's so good because everyone's watching and cheering. But that finish line feel at Kona is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm already visualizing it.
Yeah, amazing. Well, what an incredible journey. Thank you so much, Sam, for coming on the show and sharing so openly about your experience both in the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program and out there on the race course as you head towards Kona. watching you win at Busso and the surprise of you winning was very amazing to watch. And then do a massive 14-minute PB at Geelong 70.3 to back that up was so good. And it's clear that, when you do work on your nutrition and you dial that in, that was your missing link, and some big things can happen. Some magic can happen when you get it right for yourself. So if Samantha's story has, lit a fire under you and you're ready to start feeling smarter too, make sure you check out the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program. It is the perfect next step if you want to learn how to fuel properly for triathlon. So no guessing, no thinking you know how to carb load when in fact you're nowhere near what it's meant to be. You don't have to worry about Googling and following advice from well-meaning but maybe misaligned training buddies or coaches. We just have evidence-based nutrition strategies that work. So come and register your interest for our next cohort at dietitianapproved.com/academy. Thank you so much for listening and joining me, Sam. If you enjoyed this episode, then please leave it a review, share it with a training buddy, because all of those things help to get the evidence-based nutrition message in as many triathletes' hands as possible. I'll see you at Power Hour soon, Sam, and I'll catch everyone else next week.